Let's see the end result of the bullet chart. I have different bands for excellence, good, average, and also poor. And this target is 90. And if I change the actual from 40 to 80, and you notice all the bar changes. If I change the target from 90 to 70, you notice that it's also changed. And it works for both horizontal and vertical bullet chart. Let's see how we're able to do this step by step. Let's select the data we have on the left, and this is called data layer. Whenever we are working with a file, we want to make sure they are separated either logically or using a different worksheet. Over here, I separate them logically so that you can see the difference between them. So after I select the data layer, I can go to Insert. Then I can go to Column and Bar. So I use 2D bar. So after I select the 2D bar, I go to Chart Design. Then I can go to Switch Row and Column. So click on this one and you notice it changes. So that's good. And then now we are going to change the color individually. Later on, I'm going to click the column, also called the bar, one by one. You will notice something is highlighted on the left. So this is the bar for the poor, and this for the average, and this for the good, and this is for the excellent. And there are two bars. Later on, we are going to hide it. They are the target and also the actual. So let's change the bar color for the poor. So the poor, I want to use a bit light red color. So I can go to Fill, right click Fill. Then you can scroll down so you can find the color over here. If none of them matches the requirements, you can go to More Fill Color. There's more options for you to pick from here. So hopefully this one gives you more ideas, and sometimes you have a specific color code. You can go to color, you can pick and choose from here, or you can key in the color code over here. Color, so I could just right click over here is one of them. Yes, this is a red color, and this is a yellow color. Fill, so go down, so this is a yellow color, and then this is the orange, and go to Fill, so this will be the orange I'm going to use. Okay, great. And the last one is light green. I right click, I will choose a light green. Very good. So let's see visually. Okay, they are the same color. The next two, for the target and actual, we are going to use error bars to change the format so that it matches the visual we want to show on the screen. So while this is selected on the target, you can see this selected. I can go to Chart Design, Add Chart Element. So I can go to error bars. Yes, error bars, we are going to use percentage. Yes, do the same thing for the actual. Then we go to Add Chart Elements, error bars, and percentage. Good. So after you have selected this, and the next thing we are going to make these two bars invisible. So I will just right click, Fill. I want to choose No Fill. Do not use white color because white color is still a color. So you have to use No Fill, make it totally transparent. And you want to set the outline to no outline as well. So do the same thing for the actual. I will just right click, Fill, No Fill, and the outline, I will choose No Outline. Okay, that's great. So I have this part done, and then I want to make them overlap each other so that we are able to see they are stacked on top of each other. So I will just select one of them. Using the mouse method, I will be right click, choose Format Data Series. Alternatively, I can use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl 1. Ctrl 1, it will brings me to Format Data Series. Over here, I want to change these two parts. The size or the series overlap, make it 100%, and the gap width, make it as 0. So I want to occupy the whole space available. Okay, now it's almost there. It's just too high. I want to make it shorter. Okay, that's very close. And now we are going to do some changes on the error bar. So I select the one on the left side. This is the actual. And from the actual, I want to make sure it uses minus. Okay, the direction for the bar is minus. and I want to change the percentage instead of 5%, make it 100%. Okay, so you can see it appears towards the end. And this actual is still very thin. I want to make it broader. To make it broader, we go to format arrow bars as well. Then we go to fill and line. Fill and line. For the line, we just need to make it broader. And perhaps I just change this number to number 10. Okay, you will notice it's much more broader now. And I want to change the color. The color, instead of using gray color, I want to use black color. Let's change to black color. Very good. So it's almost there. And this is the next one. Now currently it's horizontal, and I want to make it shorter, and also I want to make it broader. So since we are inside the line and fill, I want to make the width a little bit larger, and I want to make it 50. Enter. And you can see it's very awful. Later on we will do some adjustment. So while we are inside here, from the line and fill and line, we just go to arrow bar options. I want to choose only the plus, make the plus, and no cap. And I want to go down, change the percentage to make it narrower. You can use either percentage or you can use a fixed value. For me, I will just want to test it out using percentage, 1%. See, it's much more thinner. If let's say I want to make it even thinner, I can use a decimal point, example 0.5. You can see it's become thinner. Okay, depending on which one works best for you. And just now I realized the color is not changed. I want to go back to fill and line, change it to black color. Okay, good. So this is almost done. Let me close the formats. Yep, these are the things we want to have. And the next thing I want to adjust is over here, the axis. Currently, you will notice the higher is 120. This is not so presentable in this situation. So I want to make it the minimum is 0 and the maximum is 100% so that it occupies the whole space available. So over here, I can just press Ctrl number 1 after the percentage selected. Then we go to the axis options. The minimum, make it as 0. So this is to fix a minimum so that it doesn't automatically adjust. And the maximum, I want to make it as 1. And for the major is incremental percentage. Currently, you will notice the label here is uses 0, 20, 40. So that means multiple of 20%. That means 0.2. I want to change it to 25%. So that'd be 0, 25, 50, 75, and 100. So I change this one to 0.25. So the 0 before the decimal is optional. You can just ignore this one. I can just type 0.25, press enter. Yep, everything changes. And the next thing is I want to make sure it has a small marker over there. So I scroll down inside here. It's called tick marks. Tick marks, currently the major and minor, it doesn't have anything. For the major, I want to make it as cross so that you can see it appears inside the chart. Okay, it cutting across inside the chart. Very good. And meanwhile, the minor, I don't want to it appears inside the bar, so I want to appears at the outside. Very good. So the major type is cross and minor type is outside. So now it's almost done. And there are few things or few variations I could adjust. You notice I can show the data label either inside the bar or outside. Currently, if I want to do something here, I will not able to add the data bar here. So what I could do, so let me do something here. Maybe I make a clone to make the difference. To make the clone of the chart, you can drag the chart while holding the control key. So let's click one of them. So I can press Control number 1. Control number 1. Because the actual is hidden, we cannot select the bar over here. We can just go over here. Then we can see something called Series Actual. We want to change it to Series Actual. Remember, after Format Data Series, there's a small button here, and you can change to different chart element. Another way you can change the chart element is you go to Format. Inside Format, on the left side, this is a place you can change the chart element as well. After I change it to Series Actual, I want to go to Chart Design and add chart element, and I want to add data labels. Add data label. I want to make it as, let's see, outside end. Yes, make it as outside end. So this done. So first part is done. And the second one is I want to show the percentage outside here. So another way to work around is while the chart is selected, I can go to chart design, select data, and on the left side, this is currently called alpha. So let's change this one. Instead of say alpha, I go to edit, and inside edit, I will just select the actual, which is the 40%. And I can just press OK and OK. And you'll notice outside it changed. If you want to make the label a little bit larger, or you can change the size, you go to home, increase the size, make it bold if you want to. Same goes to the one above here. You want to increase the size, maybe I want to increase the size for the percentage. I can just increase it, make it bold. Okay, so I have this one done. Let's do a testing. And now I change from 40 to 80%. Enter. You will see both change at the same time. And this is how we are able to create a bullet chart horizontally. Let's learn how we are able to create vertical bullet chart. Over here on the left side, I will just select the data I'm going to use. Then I can go to Insert, Column and Bar, and Cluster Column. Alternatively, you can press Alternate F1 to create the default chart, which is in your Excel by default, is a cluster column. So now I've created this one. Move it towards the side and go to Chart Design. And I want to click Switch Row and Column. Okay, so I have got it done. And then I want to change the color. And let's click on this one. And on the left side, you will see Excellence is highlighted. So this bar is represent excellence. And the next one is good, average, and this is poor. And this is the target. Later on, change it to line with marker. And this is the actual. I will use error bar. So while this is selected, let's add error bars. Go to Chart Design. Go to left side, add chart element. Error bars, I will use percentage. Okay, good. So let's change the color over here. So I change this one, I make it as a green. So this is a green color. And the next one is the orange. So I select this one, orange. And this will be the yellow. Yes, yellow. And this is the last one. I want to use red color. Okay, good. And later on, I will use a data label over here, something like this one. I must well do it now. Right click on the last one, which is the actual, add data label. Very good. So, and then the actual, I want to make it as no fill. Good. And meanwhile, for this part, the target, I want to change a different chart type, make it a line chart with marker. Right click over here, change series chart type, and I will scroll down just to make sure I choose the target. Currently it says cluster column. Change the cluster column to line with markers. Okay, make it as the same axis, and I can just click OK. Very good. The next one is I want to make sure of them are overlapped, and I will just select one of the column. I can press Ctrl number 1, or I can just right click and choose Format Data Series. So inside Format Data Series, the overlap I make it 100%, and the gap width I make it as 0%. Okay, and make this one narrower. So it's almost there. Okay, so for this particular dot, that is the actual. I want to do some formatting. While this selected, we go to Format Series. Then we go to Fill and Line. We want to use no line. And for the marker, I want to use marker options and use built-in. For the built-in, I'm going to choose a picture which is from another file. So browse, you go to another file. Yeah, these are the files available. I choose the appropriate line, black line. I choose 100 pixel width. Then click OK, and you can see it's in broader. So let's make it a bit narrower. Good. Let's select this part. and go to the marker. To change the color for the line, we go down. It's something called border. We change the border color. I want to make it as black. Okay, good. And you will notice the data label currently is a bit narrow. Somehow the alignment is not accurate. So I click once and click again, and you will see there are 6 dots appears. This is the time I can adjust the width of this data label. Make it a bit broader. Okay, adjust a little bit. Good. The next part is I'm going to change the error bar to make it touches the end at the bottom. After I select this one, I can press Ctrl number 1, go to Format Error Bars, and go to Format Error Bars. I want to choose minus for the direction, and for the end style, use no cap. Percentage, I use 100%. Okay, you notice it changes. That's very good. And to make the bar a little bit broader, I can go to Fill and Line, and change the width to 10 point. And I want to change the color to black. Okay, so that is almost there. So this is almost there. And then I want to change the axis, make it start from 0, ends with 100, and in between them is incremental of 25. While this is selected, I can press Ctrl number 1, then go to Format Axis. For the minimum, I use 0, key in 0, even though the 0 is already there. This is to fix the value. And the maximum is 1. 1 means 100%. And for the major, I key in 0.25. So that will be incremental of 25%. And I scroll down, there's something called tick marks. For the tick marks, I'm going to change 2 of them. So one is for the major. Major, I want to use cross. Cross means you can see the line touching the bar inside. And the next one is called minor. Minor, I just want to keep it outside. Yep, so just keep it outside. So this is how you're able to adjust this one a little bit. Good. And so now I'm almost done for this part. And some people may be asking, hey Tai, how can I change the color for this one? Make it a bit dual background, not so strong in terms of the color or the text. Yes, you can change this one. While this is selected, you can go to Format. Inside Format, there's something called Shape Outline. You can change the shape outline and everything will change accordingly. So let me do this again. Shape outline, make it a bit light gray. Okay, so now the line, everything is a bit not so strong, so it's still there. Good. So this first part is done, and let me make a clone while dragging and holding Control key. And I want to do the percentage shows at the bottom, not on the top. Just select the data label on the top, remove it. I can go to Chart Design, select Data, and Horizontal Axis Label. I go to Edit, and it asks for where can I get the label. So I get from the actual. Click OK, and click OK again, and you will see it appears something like this one. Of course, I can adjust the font, make the things larger, make it bold. If I want to use a different color, it's perfectly okay. So this is how you're able to adjust it a little bit differently. I hope this video gives you some idea how you're able to present your data visually in the compelling way, so that you're able to make friends with your data and turn the data into success stories. And my name is Tai, and some people call me Excel Sifu. And see you in the next video.